please read the disclaimer carefully, and that was a small one. Here is the real one. And as usual, read the disclaimer because everyone should know that trading involves lots of risk, and that all the trade we will be looking at today are only how I see the market, and it's not any signal in any way. I'm not allowed to tell you to take any trades. It's up to you to do your analysis and take your own trades. Yeah, so that's it, and let's get started. And as usual, we start with the Dixie, and what we have right now, as many of you knows, when we had this huge gap to the downside, and the Dixie start to trade below the 200 daily moving average, and below this major trend line we have here. And last week we got this retest of this trend line, and looks like we got rejected very strongly on Friday. So that shows some weakness, that the bulls couldn't push the dollar higher than that. And I'm looking next week to see if we're gonna get a continuation to the downside, especially if we got another close below Fridays. That would be a signal that we may see the dollar heading further down. As you see here, the rejection was huge on Friday, and if the Dixie break this level at the 98.50, then of course there will be a lot more to the downside on this one, and maybe a retest of the 96.50 area down here. So for the Dixie, in my opinion, as far as we're not trading above this trend line here, if price don't break and close a daily close above this line and keep heading up, I will be looking only for downside for the dollar. Yeah. Okay, I understand. I thought you Switzerland. Yeah, welcome, man. Gold, as expected, that gold maybe would find some support at this level, where we have both the trend line and this old support level down here, as you see. So the trades opportunity on this pair are as you see this on the 4 hour, this looks like a little bit of correction, and it found some resistance and start heading down, but not much. I wouldn't say I'm gonna sell the gold from this level. For me, selling the gold should be if we got a test of this area here, the 1241, 1242 area, to try to find opportunity for a bounce back to the downside. Or if we see this first, a retest of this structure down here would be a possible buy opportunity if we got bullish evidence down here. Yeah, because as you see, if we look at the daily, the RSI was oversold and start heading back up, so there is a possibility that gold may retest the structure up here. Yeah, and if we find a lower entry up on this one, it's of course much better than trade it from the middle of this range. And what I mean is this range here, So a retest of this structure would give us a double bottom on daily and a good entry reason. On the 4 hour, the RSI was overbought and start heading down, so there is a possibility on lower time frame that we may see a retest of the neckline maybe, or a little bit lower next week, and try to find the entry reason. If you want to take a counter trend trade, it's better to buy it from lower, and a trend continuation trader should be looking at this area up here for to take a short trade on gold. Yeah, oil did found support back down here at this area here, and got rejected very hardly on some news from Saudi that they've been talking about cutting production and stuff like that, and did found some support, and on the news oil went back up and did a retest of this structure, and did actually close at the highs, but we're still trading below the 200 daily moving average, which make me bearish on oil. We couldn't make a new high. We did a higher high, and now we have sorry, we make a lower high, and we have a lower low also. So the area I will be looking at for oil, if you want to trade this one for a trend continuation, is this area up here, where you have the support level. You have this broken trend line that possibly gonna be retested. You have also the daily 200 moving average and some Fibonacci confluence at the same level. So the 49 and the 49.50 area up here would be a good place to look at for a short opportunity. If you find bearish evidence at this level, would be a good spot for to looking for shorting oil. If we go down to the 4 hour, you see that we're making kind of a flag here, and short term, if you want to trade this to the upside, you want to see a break of this flag. Yes, the RSI was is a little bit high and on the overbought area. So if you want to trade it to the upside, you want to see a break of this flag, and your take profit should be at this area up here, at the retest of the broken trend line and the broken support. Yeah, and we go Forex, and we start with the Aussie Japanese yen. This for me looks on the daily time frame, looks like we have also another impulse to the downside and making a correction, or we got this flag now, this flag pattern. We have also a little bit of head and shoulders down here. If you look at this level here, it looks like a head and shoulder, and of course this pattern, you want to see a break of this structure, and what we will be looking at next week. If price go below this support level and the trend line close below it, maybe give us a retest on lower time frame to give us an entry opportunity for trend continuation trade on this one. Yeah, if we go to the 4 hour and see what's going on here, let's delete the head and shoulder on this one. You see also that we couldn't make a new highs. Our last high is this one, and we have a lower low also, and this move to the upside, Aussie Jappy couldn't make a new high higher than this one, so there is a possibility for more to the downside. Depends on if we got a break of this structure here and a close below, and as I said, you maybe want to go down to the 1 hour to see a real break, a retest, and failure for more to the downside. Yeah. Aussie USD, it has been doing very good to the downside for those who were shorting this pair. The moves was strong down, some correction to the upside, and back down again. It looks like it couldn't go higher and got rejected on Friday. If we go down to the 4 hour, you see this engulfing candle here. It's a huge one, and after this double bottom, we got a good momentum to the upside, but then we did find some resistance at this level, and this engulfing candle came and gave us confirmation of this resistant level. Yeah, but I didn't trade this one because it was late. If I got this candle like Tuesday or something, I would take this short for sure, but because it was on a Friday, I don't take such late trades. So what we will be looking at for now is, of course, we go down to the 1 hour and see if we gonna get some short-term opportunity for more to the downside on this one, and the take profit should be at this level here, because we price gonna have some troubles to break this level. It's a major important level, and I'm gonna show you on the daily. As you see, it has been acting as support before, and this level down here, we want to see it. If you want to keep trading this one to the downside, of course you want to see a break on the daily of this level below, a close below this low here, and then you go back down to 1 hour, look for a retest of this structure and a continuation to the downside if you want to trade this one for more short. The second opportunity on this one is if we get a double bottom on the daily at this level down here, with some divergence on the RSI, bullish divergence on the RSI. If we got that, that will be an entry reason for another bounce to the upside from this level, maybe a correction back up to the trend line and this broken structure, and your take profit should be somewhere at this area near the trend line, and then you should be looking for opportunity for a short trade from this structure back up here. Look for bearish evidence for another try to at least a retest of these lows, or why not you hold it or a part of your position at this level for anticipating of a break of this structure if it happens. Yeah, so the trend on this pair is to the downside, and we should be looking for shorts. But there is, I know I have many followers that like to trade counter trends, and that's why I'm saying that you want to wait for a retest of this structure, a double bottom, and then you'll get your bounce. But for new traders, the best scenario would be you wait for the price to go back up here and look for bearish evidence to take a trend continuation and trade with the trend. It's much easier. CAD Chief, been also doing very good momentum trades, large candles on the daily, And as you see, after this whole run to the downside, we got a correction up to about 50% of this move, and price broke for one day above this resistance area here, and got rejected back with this dark cloud cover candle at this level here, and got confirmed on Friday for more to the downside. The best scenario for me is to see a flag after this move to the downside. Maybe on the 1 hour we maybe can look for a flag and a break of this flag, then you enter this trade and try to ride it back down to a retest of these lows back down here. Yeah. So that what I will be looking at for next week. Let's go to the 1 hour and see if we have something. It looks like we have on the close we have this small double bottom, and that possibly we gonna see something going like this, or maybe a retest of this structure before it keep heading down. Yeah. So short on this pair, but you have to wait for the right opportunity before you take it, because you want to see a break of this structure here. As you see, this may act as support now. So you have this area, you want to see a break and close below this structure before the continuation, and of course anticipate a flag or a retest of this area up here would be also much better to ride it from higher level. CAD JAPY, it did break this high, which is bullish, but we couldn't it looks like price couldn't break this high, which more important in my opinion. If it would break this high, I would be looking for sure for more bullish on this one. But what we have was a break of this level here. We have now a higher high, and if we want to keep trading this to the upside, we want to see also a higher low. We don't have that yet. Price got rejected, we got this engulfing pattern, and a continuation the day after to the downside. There is a possibility that we're getting a retest of the 200 moving average. If this pair comes back down here and have and find support, then of course we're gonna be looking for bullish evidence and see if we got rejected from this level. Then maybe we are getting our higher low we are looking at, and we try to anticipate a trade to the upside for at least a retest of these highs, or even more to back up to this level. If next week price goes and close below this structure here and the 200 daily moving average, then I will go down to 4 hour or 1 hour to look for a retest of a broken structure and try to trade it back down to a retest of these lows, or maybe back down to the 80 level. Yeah, that level should be a very good support, and I will of course be looking for take profit back down here. But all depends on how the price action will be next week. What we want to see, if this is only a correction back down, which I possibly think it is, but I want to see what price action will do at this structure before trading to the upside. Yeah, because we did actually break a new high, and that is a very important price action for me. Euro Aussie, we have on the daily and even on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. This good looking flag at this pair, and as you see, if we take our Fibonacci retracement tool we have it did break the 38.2. We didn't make it to the 61.8 yet. I was expecting this pair to do a retest of this structure here before it start going up. It didn't really reach this level. It did go up from this level down here. There is a possibility that this flag maybe won't really break for next week. I will keep watching it. For me, if price make another leg to the downside and really test these highs and the 61.8, show me some rejection to the upside, that would be of course a very interesting for me to go long from this area, because risk to reward should be much better. And if you are a breakout trader, of course, if you see a real break of this structure here next week, let's say that price close above this high, then we have a higher high for the first time. Then since we start correcting to the downside, this higher high should be higher than this one. Give you some, you go down to the 1 hour, look for a retest, rejection, and then try to trade it to the upside in anticipation to break this high up here. Yeah, that would be also a good entry if you like to trade breakouts, but of course then you have a little bit more risk on it, because a good placement of stop loss should be somewhere in this area below these last low. Many traders put stop loss also below the last candle, below the entry candle. I don't really like that. I want to put my stop loss below or above a good structure, so we have it well defended. So yeah, for me personally, would love to see another retest of this structure back down here a little bit deeper, and that will give and that I will see rejection. Then I will gladly enter at this level down here and a stop loss somewhere in this area below this structure here. Yeah, but I give you all the possibilities so you can do it your way. It actually very nice looking flag, so there is a possibility for more up on this one. We did break the downtrend, and we keep making higher highs and higher lows. Yeah, so there is a possibility that this low is our lower low now, sorry, higher low, and we will keep going up. EuroCAD looks similar to Euro Aussie. Strong momentum to the upside. We did a break of this major trend line. We broke this trend line and did a retest of it, and then after this inverted hammer, price kept trading higher on Friday, which is a good signal. So for next week, I want to see maybe a flag or a retest of this structure. A retest down, back down should be a very good place to enter. That gonna give me a possibility to put my stop loss somewhere in this area below this last high, and that would be more safe place to put the stop loss. Or you want to look at maybe for a flag on the 1 hour time frame, something similar to this flag that's ongoing right now, and of course a break of the flag, maybe a retest and a continuation up. That would be also a good scenario for long from this level. But as many of you knows, I like those deep corrections that give us much better risk to reward entries, trades. Yeah, Euro Jappy did break all the highs, but it never did a close above this high. So what we have right now is this range here. This is the mother candle we have here. You want to see a break of this candle. If it do break to the downside, you want to wait for a retest and a continuation. And of course, if we got this break to the upside of this mother candle, then we wait for a retest of the structure and continuation up. Yeah, on the 4 hour, that candle, that structure is, as you see here. Now we have this range, and we want to see a break of one of them. And if you look at the RSI, guys, we started back up here when those lows were here, were down here, and we start ranging, but the RSI is kept doing lower highs and lower lows, and did come very fast to the oversold area. So what I expecting a little bit more, that we have a little bit more chance that we break to the upside on this one. But of course, we trade what we see. There is no idea to start guessing what will happen, but much better to wait and see a real break and a retest, and then you take your trade. Okay, Euro USD, the account burner for many. For some reason, I have seen lots of traders having problem trading this pair last 2 weeks, and as you see, it almost didn't go anywhere at this level. We had some move on lower time frames that was good, but was hard traded. And what I see right now, that we did actually break the 200 moving average and this structure, and price getting accepted at this level. It did test this broken structure many times now and got rejected, but we are stuck between this structure and this major trend line now. Of course, short term, you can keep trading this box here, and you don't take, I wouldn't take any trade from this level where price is right now. What I would want to see is another retest down, and try to enter long to at least retest of these highs, or a retest of the trend line before taking profit, or part of my profit in anticipation that it will keep going higher. Or if we get a real break of this trend line on the daily, a higher close above this day here would be good. Then we can keep looking for a retest and a continuation to this structure up here. But I wouldn't take any trade next week on the opening before I see a retest of this structure below here, or another rejection from the trend line would be also a good short-term trade to the downside. If you like those short-term trades, then you can look what will price do when it comes to this area. If it gives you some rejection on lower time frame, then you can trade it back down. Yeah, but the overall trend of this whole structure here is still to the upside. So trading from this structure near the 200 daily moving average to the upside would be much easier, in my opinion. Yeah. Sterling Aussie have been performed very well, and as we were expecting this pair to have some trouble breaking this very interesting and major resistance, and that what we got. Price couldn't make a break of this structure, couldn't make new highs and start moving down. That does not mean that we got a total reversal here. It's possibly only a correction to the downside and getting maybe some more buyers to get more momentum to the upside. Yeah, so what I will be looking at on this pair is, of course, if we're gonna get a retest of this structure down here, a retest of this trend line or a retest of this lows, that would be my best entry at this level down here to try to take a long in anticipation for a retest of these highs, or even better if we got the break of this level and keep going up. Yeah, so that what we will be looking at, this structure down here, or there is a possibility that we really found support at this at the end of this spin bar here, as you see. Let's go down to the 4 hour. As you see back down here, there is a possibility that this pair now found support at this area, but we want to see a break of this high first before jumping in any trade at this high level. Yeah, the best way to take it is, of course, from a little bit lower, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get that deep correction or not. Fibonacci retracement on this leg was somewhere between the 38 and 61, so a little bit deeper would be much better entry for me. Sterling CAD, it's rounding very good now. Usually when this start to form, this rounding scenario used to mean price bulls having trouble, at least at this area, and the bears can't push it very hard yet. So this pair need to show us what will happen when we retest this structure here, if it's gonna find support at this broken resistant level. That should be good support now. Yeah, so keep an eye at the 1.75 area and see what will going on, because this rounding in price make me a little bit unsure. It would be much better if I saw something similar to this, a real correction back down and a continuation a little bit deeper. But now when it's rounding like this, there is a possibility that this means that we may see a break back down again, a continuation to retest this level back down here. So this area up here is very important now to see what will happen when price retest it. We want to see if we want to trade it to the upside, which should be the best way, because the trend is the upside and we are trading above the 200 moving average. We want to see a retest, a rejection, for us to try to trade it higher. Yeah, but I'm not sure if this pair is ready for that yet or not. Sterling Jappy, as all the sterling pairs, it did also a very good move to the upside and did find support, resistance at this level, and that was also expected, because this is a good resistant level. As you see, it have been acting as support in the past, then was acting as resistant. This is daily and weekly resistant, and we got rejected from here. But this strong move to the upside needed some correction down, so I will be looking at this area down here to see what will happen when price reach this level here. around the 38.2 also, and what I will be looking at if we will have some rejection from this area to try to enter for a long, for at least a retest of these highs. Up here would be my take profit or a part of it, and see if we're gonna break higher or not. The first level to look at is of course this structure here. It looks like it's a very strong momentum to the upside, and I'm not sure that we're gonna get a deep correction back down here. If we got that, then of course this area here would be much better entry for more to the upside. Yeah, that's up to price action for next week to give us some reasons at this level, or if we're gonna get a deeper correction. Just look for a price action and act as what you see. Yeah. Hello, Jasmine, Josh, North Carolina. You're welcome. You're welcome. I see more viewers coming in now, yeah, guys, we've been we don't have a lot left in the list, but as usual this is recorded, so all you have to do is go back and watch the recording. So let's keep going. Sterling New Zealand did also find support at that same level that all the sterling pairs did found resistance, sorry, at that level, and that was also expected, but it didn't get rejected. Some other pairs got rejected directly 2 or 3 days to the downside. This one kept trading at this area up here, which make me think that this move here is more for accumulating for more to the upside. This structure here, there is a possibility that what we see is more accumulating for a possible break to the upside, but we can't see that right now. All we see that we've been rejected at this level, and the RSI is start heading down. So what we want the best way to trade this one, in my opinion, is to wait and see if we're gonna get a retest of this structure here and try to take a long. But of course, if this pair go and breaks the 1.90 area here, close above on the daily, then what we want to do is go to lower time frame, look for a retest, and try to take a trend continuation. There is a huge opportunities if this level breaks. As you see, we don't have much to the left, so the area here gonna be moving very, very fast to the upside, I think. But the same goes here. I'm not sure if this the sterling pairs are ready to break this area yet on all of them. Sterling USD, this one is a bit lagging because all the other came up to this level. After Brexit level, we had this structure up here, and on many pairs the sterling pairs are already on this resistance, but not on the sterling USD yet. It did actually break all these highs. It did break the 200 daily moving average also on this one, and it is on a very important level. So the question is, next week, are we getting a break above this structure? Let's show you that structure on the 4 hour. Is there steam to make a move and close above this structure or not? And by only looking on the RSI, we see that we got to this oversold area. We did make a lower low and got rejected, and the RSI did give us some divergence, some bullish divergence at this level. As you see here, this low is higher than this one, but on price we're doing something like this. So we have for now some bullish divergence on the RSI, and there is a possibility that what we got down here was a retest of this structure here. As you see, this structure maybe was tested now, and there is a possibility that we got a break and a retest all the way up here, just because this divergence is telling me that possibly that what we have right now. So very interesting level for next week on this pair too. USD CAD. This one is also account burner for many, because everyone was trying to short this pair at this level, and I was saying in the group, not yet guys, this is not ready to go short for a long term. At least all we have is this box, and I've been trading that box, so I'm not saying that you can't short this area, and I will show you what I've been trading. I've been trading this move to the downside, and I did trade this move to the downside. But what I meant that it's not ready is this move. Many traders think that every time price hitting down from here that we're gonna break and keep going to the downside. It don't work this way, guys. So what we want to see, if you want to really trade this one to the downside long term, you have to see a break of these highs. These highs are very, very important, and now they are broken. So we are making new highs, higher highs and higher lows, so there is no idea to fight the trend. The trend is to the upside. All the textbooks says when you have new highs, higher highs and higher lows, you trade it to the upside. So I'm not sure why is everyone trying to picking the top of this one. And it's not an easy traded pair. As you see, it can range for a while and then make sudden moves, and it can whipsaw as it did down here, and then it makes sudden move to the upside. All the trade won't be as easy as it was at this area here. We got a retest and we got this whole move to the downside. That was easy, but it's not always like that. Look back here, it whipsaw everyone. So be careful, wait for better entries, wait for the market to give you a real reason to short it. If you want to short it a long term, you want to see a break of this structure down here. It have to break this level, give us a retest, rejection from this high, and then we can anticipate a short and hopefully a retest of this low. That would be the most safe trade, because you are trading against the trend. You want to see real break. So what we have now, we have, as you see, this candle here, this bearish candle here is now our, let's call it the mother candle of this range now here. So it's a very important candle. If we break below it, there is a possibility that we're gonna retest these highs and maybe bounce back up. Or if this pair really break and close above, then there is a big possibility that we may see another retest of this structure here. if I show you what I mean is this back down here. You see this structure here, that this whole structure can be a possible market objective to retest this structure and the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement. That would be a very good place to start looking for what the price will do. But for now, just leave it alone. Trade if you want to trade, play this box here, and you know what you're doing, you can do that, no problem at all. But long term short, as many traders are waiting for, you want to see a breakdown below this level for that. Okay, and I would say that if you want to trade with the trend, then of course you won't take it at this level. You want to see a lower correction, rejection, and then you take your entry to the upside. Yeah, enough about that. Next pair is USD Chief, and yeah, it did find resistance at this level. We didn't break this high here, so what we have right now is this ranging area here. We have the price is ranging between in this box, and for next week, what I will be looking at, I will gladly see a retest of this high on lower time frame, a double top, some divergence on the RSI, and I'll try to anticipate a short for a retest of these lows, take profit at this level or partial profit, and see if price will break this low or not. If you got rejection back down here, then you possibly can close your position and look for another bounce to the upside. That's it. It is ranging, and we are not making new highs, and we're not making new lows also. So we have this box to trade, and possibly anticipate that it's gonna break to one side or the other. Yeah, but it's looking more and more bearish, because we've been not able to make new highs for a long time now. Okay, are we clear on that? And the USD JAPY, it have been performing very well. It did now break this down channel. As you see, we did break that channel and found some resistance, and now correcting to the downside. We are trading back above the daily 200 moving average, so for that reason also I will be looking for longs only on this pair. I would not anticipate a short on this one. What I'll be looking at is to see how long this correction will be. Are we gonna go below this structure here to make a deep correction and a retest of this broken trend line and a continuation up or not? So I will be looking at this area here for and see if I can find any bullish evidence to try to ride this one up from this area here. A retest to this trend line would be very good for me, and I will be looking for a retest of these highs, or possibly a retest of this structure up here. Yeah, so bullish from the right place, of course, on this pair. We did break all these highs now, and that give me all the reasons to keep looking for long on this one. Even if it correct a little bit deeper, that would be much better for me. Let's see. Hello, Pierre. Carlos here. Carlos, you made it, man, but you're late. I'm gonna send a warning to your parents also. Welcome, welcome, Carlos. I'm very glad to see you here. Thank you for your support. Next pair, or maybe possibly the last pair. I know I have a lot of Turkish friends that are very interested in this pair, and that's why I used to always have it on my list. And if you never been trading the Turkish lira against US dollar, I will show you the weekly how strong this upside momentum have been. It goes only one way, and that's up. It used to do those smaller correction, but never so deep. But this time actually it did a little bit deeper correction, and we're getting this flag or wedge or triangle, call it what you want, and we're still having this structure here that's acting as very good support so far. So the scenario here is as follows. We've been not able to break the new highs when we did trade this one. I did take this trade, as many of you knows. I did take this one, but I was expecting it to go and break these highs and keep going up, but it didn't, so I did close it somewhere at this area when I found this engulfing pattern. Anyway, what we have right now, the price is getting back now to retest this structure. This structure is the major structure, so I've been looking, what we should be looking at is how price will react in this area below here, if we're gonna get rejected another time to the upside, or if it's gonna break. If it really break on the daily below these lows, then the same goes here. We go down to lower time frame, wait for a retest and trend continuation, which short-term trend continuation of this lower lows, lower highs, to a retest of these support back down here, and maybe a retest of the daily 200 moving average. But one of my rules are, as far as we are trading above the daily 200 moving average, for me I will be looking for longs only. So of course what I'll be looking at to trade this one is rejection from this level, and hopefully give me a possibility to try to trade it up in anticipation to break this trend line and keep going up. As far as we are trading above the daily 200 moving average, that is one of my major rules actually. That's why I just will be looking for long on this pair. No problem, Carlos, I was just kidding. So guys, that was, I think, yeah, that was the last pair for today. As usual, I always leave 5 to 10 minutes for questions, or if any of you have a pair you want me to look at, I will gladly do that. So yeah, let's give it 5 minutes and see if any of you have any questions. I will be waiting to see if anyone have any question in the chat. Until that, please do me a favor, click the like button if you like those seminar I do. Share this on social medias, and let many other traders take the benefit of them. Let's see, Neil is asking, do you always wait for retest? Yeah, almost 90% of the time, Niels, I wait for retest. I'm a bit of a conservative trader, and I have a little bit problem with large stop losses, yeah. So the retest give me more confident that that the price will not go back up higher, especially if, of course, when I say a retest, I want to see a retest in the failure. So if it's, let's say, if we talk about the Dixie, this retest here is for me is a very valid retest, because it shows that we did a retest and we got rejected. We didn't close above this trend line again. Yeah, so that would give me a better feeling to enter this one. And usually when you have major level that got broken, usually price go and retest those structures. So that's why I don't enter directly. Yeah, and the retest gonna give me a little bit tighter stop loss, so that's why I almost always wait for those retests. Yeah, I hope that answered your question, Neil. Anyone else have any questions or any pairs we're gonna look at, guys? Last week was a very good week, guys, for me. I didn't take many trades, but I have had four very good trades. And yeah, talking about that, try to not there is no reason that you're gonna be in the market the whole time. It's much better if you just wait for the best trades that meet your rules and you only take those. If you know what you're doing and you have the good money management, all you need is 2-3 good trades a week, and that will make you lots of money. So yeah, try to not be that one person that always want to be in the market. There is no need for that. Let's see, Niels, that's great. It's something I should consider. Yeah, I will recommend you to do that if you feel that you have trouble with trades that at the end go your ways, but they come back and stop you before they start heading down or up. Then you should be considering looking for a retest and a rejection after that retest before you take your entry. Carlos, do you enter trades only with the trend of the 200 daily move average? I use to swing bigger ranges and small position, and mainly look for anti-trend selling above. Yeah, Carlos, my major those major trades that I take, I'm a swing trader, and I try to always take those trades that goes with the daily moving average. Of course, I also take some trades, some short-term trades when I'm a bit bored and I want to scalp a bit. Then if I find an entry that maybe not with the 200 daily moving average, but if I find a very good signal, then of course I will consider take that too. But the best ones for me, if they are above or below the daily moving average, I take it with the direction of that one. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the central bank conditions right now. Yeah, it's that's making life very hard for many traders, and I do understand what you mean by that, Carlos. But I think for new traders, having some of those filters, let's say you only take long if the price is above the 100 or 200 moving average, that will for a new traders, that will help them maybe filter out some bad ones, and it is an easy way to say that the trend is up or down just by looking at those very simple way to find the trend, if it is up or down, above the 200 moving average or below the 200 moving average. But there is, as you know, Carlos, you've been trading for a while, you know there is lots more and only looking for that. So every trader should have some rules to filter out some bad trades. So for me, I look for the daily 200 moving average. I look for the RSI. I want to see if I want to take a trade, I would gladly to see that the RSI having direction, having divergence in the way that I want to take. If I am bullish on a pair, I want to see also a bullish divergence on the RSI. That would be another filter for me to enter. Then I want to also see one of my favorite candlestick patterns as let's say the engulfing pattern. And by the way, I am doing a series about candlestick patterns. It's called the School of the Candlestick Patterns. I have 2 parts now, and the next part will be about the engulfing patterns and how to use them. So I have some rules that I want many of them to line up before entering a swing trade. Well, no problem at all. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you for being with us and for the support. Let's see, I don't see any more questions in the chat, guys. So if you don't have any more questions or pairs you want me to look at, we will call it a day. And I wish all of you a great trading week. As I said, try to find the best trade to take them. No need to be in the market 24 hours a day. And trade safe. Keep your eyes on your risk management and money management. That will help you a lot. And yeah, thank you very much. Share this video, give it some thumbs up if you like it, and see you out there. Bye bye.